Okie dokie. So I'm going to share my screen. So for round 2, we have...
Yes.
We have who the fuck is Liam Gallagher talking about? I'm going to read you a Liam Gallagher quote. And you have to tell me which musician he's talking about. We got famous unfortunate events with emojis. So I'm going to show you a string of emojis. You guys got to tell me what's happening there. Disorganized crime is exactly what it sounds like. Crime that's not organized at all. We have European folklore, the visual round for this category. So I'm going to show you a picture of like a folklore legendary creature, and you guys got to tell me who that is. And there's also this last category that I realize I'm covering up on Twitch, which I apologize about. So the last category is always a little bit of a surprise. History's worst Europeans. There's a few of them. So
most of history's worst people are from Europe. So
most of history's worst people. Yeah, exactly. So,
I grew up in Britain, and I believe, I don't know what you're talking about there, because apparently all of the people who came from Britain in history were great, and definitely nothing wrong ever. So
you guys are just so admirable, you know. It's just such a legacy. Like,
I don't know, Oscar,
really.
you know this guy, he's called Oliver Cromwell. Apparently he was a real good guy.
See, and I purposefully left him out of this because I knew he was going to be in here. So him and Churchill. So, you know, easy stuff. So we're going to go over to Tori. Tori, I'm going to give you control of the board for the second round, and you can start whenever you'd like and wherever you would like.
I want 2,000 points. Oof. And I want them now. And I want... What the fuck is Liam Gallagher talking about?
For 2,000?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Liam Gallagher for 2,000.
Bold state.
It's her for me, man. She could be the next Liam. She's got a great voice and she fucking has it. She knows how to get fucking hammered and she freaks people out. I have no accent here, but that's what I can offer.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it.
Yeah, for me, man.
I'm gonna guess. I can only guess. She knows how to get fucking hammered and she freaks people out. She's got a great voice and she fucking has it. And Liam Gallagher says so. It could be Amy Winehouse. I mean, I don't know when this was. I'm assuming she could be alive or, you know, deceased.
It's not Amy Winehouse, but you're on the right track.
Okay.
Who can get hammered?
Yeah.
And has a great voice.
Gets fucked, has a great voice.
So maybe not who you'd be expecting for this, but she was kind of more of a phenomenon, not so much in this century.
In this century, oh.
But
fuck, last century was the 90s, wasn't it? Wow, I'm having a freak out. I was thinking of people in like, you know, gowns and stuff.
So for this, Charlotte Church.
Oh, God damn it! I bloody love Charlotte Church. 2,000 points of Charlotte Church. God. If I was dead, I'd be spinning in my grave.
So according to Liam Gallagher, Charlotte Church knows how to fucking party. And I think that's just fantastic because we in the States got introduced to her as this opera singing prodigy who was like 15 years old at the time. And we all thought, wow, fucking Riverdance, all this shit, I'm on board, you know? So we all got on board with that. And I've not thought of her since then until I saw that Liam Gallagher has high praise for her.
She threatened Kate. If anybody knows who Katie Hopkins is, Grant, I know you're particularly fond of her. Charlotte Church threatened to punch. She challenged her to a punch up.
I want to meet Charlotte Church. I feel like past me could really appreciate what she has going on today. That would be really good. She's
also a socialist, Liz. So yeah, if you and past Charlotte Church had got together, I have a feeling you guys would have had a lot of fun for a very short period of time. Following your very tragic both deaths.
Or tragic overlap, like sometime in the early 2010s. Yeah, exactly. So Tori, we'll go back to you.
Thanks. That's very charitable of you.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, I have to choose something. Okay, we'll go with I'm gonna go middle, 12 on European folklore.
All right, middle for 12 in European folklore.
Oh my gosh, this is a risky business.
Good.
Who dis?
Who dis? Who's the house on the foot going through the skulls? I don't know. Jeez, Louises.
Supposedly all European countries have like a version of this.
It could just be something they say to Americans.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
wait till you
yeah,
get
we
loaded.
read it really late at night, okay?
House on the foot. Yeah, guys. Yeah, for sure.
House on a big foot. I mean, I know I haven't done so well in the first round, but I'm pretty sure, you know, I went 1200 and I got a house on a foot. I feel mugged off, to be honest.
So for this is Baba Yaga.
Oh,
Okay.
So apparently she varies from
that's
place
Baba
to
Yaga.
place, but it's generally a house with chicken
Okay.
legs, supposedly. And she comes after you if you don't. A lot of the Slavic tales, I feel like, are just like, this horrendous creature comes after you if you didn't behave yourself as a fucking kid. And it's like, Jesus, okay. Like, it's like, is that why, like, just random fireworks in Brno at 10:20 at night? All right. Sorry about that. Mildly distracted. So Tori, back to you.
oh, sweet as a nut. I still have 0 points, but I'm going to keep cracking on. Let's go with let's go with 1200 on histories. No, 800. Let's keep it, you know.
800.
Worst
History's
European.
worst Europeans.
Yeah, go on. Let's
All
not
right.
1, 2. Okay.
So a treatment of epileptic seizures in the 16th century was to place blood of a non-sufferer on the lips of those having the fit. Some speculate the act may have inspired this woman to bathe in blood of the people she killed in a drastic attempt to be well.
Oh, Elizabeth Bathory, was it her? Is she the
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, Tori's got Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah.
Tori's on the board.
points?
Yes.
Okay, 100 points. Watch out, boys. I'm coming.
You're coming for her blood.
You guys are getting smoked.
Oh.
That's fantastic. Who is
Famous-
Elizabeth Bathory?
Famous Slovak. Well, she lived in Slovakia, but she was Hungarian.
Exactly. What is now the...
She's the one who bathed in
Slovakia.
the blood of virgins. Is that the one?
No, she
thought it would
bathed
keep
in
her
the blood
young?
of people she killed.
Yeah.
But I don't
Not
think
necessarily virgins.
Oh, but I don't think they were virgins necessarily.
Because the one I was thinking of, I can't remember her name, but there was another. I think she was a queen or like a princess or something, and she bathed in the blood of virgins because she thought it would keep her young. So that.
Oh,
I can't,
who is that? And I know what you're talking about too.
I don't know. Hold on.
Marie Laveau.
Marie Laveau.
What?
Tori, someone says, yeah, Tori was sending that to you telepathically. And you're also the comeback kid.
Thanks.
So
I felt it.
in American culture, that's a good title. to
Evil
bestow.
Cleopatra.
Evil
Evil
Cleopatra. Evil Cleopatra for 800. So Tori, you still have command of the board.
Oh fuck. Let's go. Sorry, I can F and C here, can't I?
Yeah, it's that kind of a show.
She's rooting for me. I don't want to. Don't want to use the bad language. Okay, we're just gonna keep it 800. We're gonna go European folklore again. Let's go. Let's try again.
All right, European folklore for 8.
Is that a chick? She's got a. Oh, what's her name? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Grant?
Grant,
Valkyrie? What is a Valkyrie?
what is a Valkyrie?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Valkyrie.
I know what Valkyrie is.
Excuse me, I know what a Valkyrie is.
She's a warrior woman.
She is a warrior woman.
She chooses who lives and dies in a battle. Drags
She
their
does.
body out.
And Wagner did a great song about it.
That's
Yeah, I was just about
right.
to say, the only reason I know that is because I had to go through high school music class and we learned a lot about Wagner for some reason.
So
Also,
we got
Hitler's favorite composer.
Yeah, exactly,
Cancel Wagner.
That's why it's a bit sus. A little bit sus.
oh, that's a little bit sus. Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't know about that. All I remember Wagner from is Apocalypse Now because they played it in the helicopters on the way to the
The beach or the place.
Da Nang or whatever it is.
That place.
The place. So Grant, over to you.
Okay, can we go famous unfortunate events with emojis for 800?
All right, famous unfortunate events with emojis. So I'm going to give you guys a little more time with this because it's visual, but it's a little bit different. So here's what we have for 800.
Grant, what is Pompeii?
What is Pompeii, and also the Mount Vesuvius eruption? Exactly. That was frowned upon. I hear that wasn't good from the old testimonies of Pliny, the elder and older and younger and whoever the fuck. Yeah.
It was frowned upon.
It wasn't a positive development. No, it wasn't a good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was real inconvenient from what I understand. Just real.
My favorite thing about Pompeii is there is a guy who's preserved in the ash, who saw this like mountain exploding in front of him and decided in his last minutes he was going to crank one out. So there's literally a guy, like his skeleton is in the position where he was obviously like just furiously cranking it, and then he got buried under the pyroclastic flow.
Oh.
Perhaps
Do what you loved.
Exactly.
But even the worst thing, maybe he wasn't having a wank, and now just 2,000 years later, unbeknownst to him, he's just remembered as the wank guy.
The Pompeii wanking guy.
Even if
he went down in history as the wank guy.
Even if it was by accident. And my arm was just in that resting up position.
I had an itch on the inside of my leg.
There's a plaque that says the wank guy next to him.
Carmine, how do we say the wank guy in Italian?
Pompeii has a secret museum of they do have porn graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
Which is true.
Oh yeah, there's something about like in the toilets, like in the latrines, there's like I have the biggest cock or something like that. It's like I had sex with a woman here in this here tavern, so just basically the same as modern graffiti, really.
Just basically the same.
They were just like us, the Romans, just like us.
Homo wankus. Carmine says, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right because I'm American. Il Segaiolo. Il Segaiolo. I think I'm saying that right.
I'll just say it in an Italian accent and hope it's
Il Segaiolo. That nails it. Okay, perfect. I didn't even have to throw in the bad accent. Okay, cool. All right, so Grant, back to you.
Okay, let's go. Famous unfortunate events with emojis for 1,200.
1,200 emojis.
Grant.
Oscar.
Grant.
What is Lockerbie?
What is Lockerbie / the Pan Am bombing of Flight 103? Exactly. It's also frowned upon.
Good Lord.
Just have a sad emoji at the end of all these things, so we know how to feel about this.
I'm just so glad that they introduced a Gaddafi emoji in all this. I was just so nice. I've been meaning to use that forever, and it finally gave me a reason. I was like, all right, perfect. This guy looks fucking ridiculous.
That was just a guy in disguise.
Let's see. All right, so we got Grant, back to you.
Okay, let's go. Worst Europeans for 400, please.
Worst Europeans for 4. Under the guise of anthropology and philanthropy, this second king was only interested in the financial gain the newly founded Congo Free State could provide, and is estimated to have killed between 2 and 15 million people. Oscar?
Is it King Philip II of Belgium?
Not King Philip.
Fuck.
Grant. King Leopold II.
That's it.
Who's King Leopold II? Yeah. Which, if you guys don't know, his crimes actually introduced into our nomenclature the phrase "crimes against humanity." Yeah. As one person went down there and documented that, and they were like, "Holy fuck!"
His name was Roger Casement. They have a statue to him in my village because he also participated in the 1916 rising against the Brits. He was a knight. He was Sir Roger Casement, and he was like famous. And he was on a German U-boat bringing guns off the coast of Ireland near where I live. and they were captured, and he was killed. He was sentenced to death because he was a knight, and he was also secretly gay apparently. He was like, yeah. So there you go. That's a bunch of history for you.
That's that's fantastic. One of the first books that I read during quarantine was King Leopold's Ghost, which is a horrendous book, but it is also very good. So highly recommended. Which and kind of, it's why he's one of Europe's worst Europeans. So Grant, back to you.
Okay, let's go for European folklore for 400.
European folklore for 4.
Oscar?
Oscar.
Is that the Krampus?
Krampus. Yeah. Yeah.
Krampus.
Little children in buckets.
Der Krampus.
Beloved Krampus.
Der Krampus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have any of you guys been to the Austrian Krampus festivals that have happened during Christmas?
We have Krampus, we have Krampus walking around in our Christmas market, scaring the fuck out of everyone.
I'm gonna go. If Christmas markets are a thing this year, I would like to go.
I teach in a very Catholic school, and I showed them a video of the Krampus, and kids were just shitting their pants. They've never seen anything so terrifying. They're like, what? They're very, very, very sheltered.
Are you saying there's a whole market dedicated to Krampus in Austria?
Yeah, they have I don't want to call it a parade maybe, but there's like a zombie walk. There's a Krampus walk where people dress up as Krampus and have a lot lot of Krampuses.
That sounds amazing.
Krampai.
This isn't that kind of show, but we could go there. Let's see here. Let's go back to Grant, I believe. Oscar?
Okay.
I got it. So
that was you. Okay. Oscar.
Can I have the unfortunate events with emojis for 2K?
All right. Fortunate events with emojis for 2K.
Oh, this Oscar, the attempted assassination of John Paul II.
What is the assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II?
Yeah.
Oh snap! Yeah. This is limited emojis for this one. Glad you got the glad you got the squirt gun and a golf cart. Glad that was put
all the
together.
school shootings taking away our gun emojis.
It was so bad. I updated iOS and they took the gun from me. It used to be a revolver.
They're coming for our guns.
They're coming for our guns, our digital guns.
Liz is supposedly liberal American, still annoyed about it.
Still annoyed about it.
Theoretical gun.
Still, super annoyed about it. This is not. I think you guys know my rights. I don't appreciate it.
My Second Amendment rights. The
my
right
Second
to bear gun
Amendment
emojis.
All right, Oscar, control of the board.
Let's see. How about who the fuck is Liam Gallacher talking about for 1200?
Who the fuck is Liam Gallacher talking about for?
You give me the 16.
16?
Okay, we'll do 16.
Okay. Well, we can do 12.
Well, we've been contaminated. He looks like a geography teacher. Oh,
he looks like a geography teacher.
Yes, I've heard this quote before. Who looks like a geography?
Can I stab at it?
Yeah.
Sorry, is it Jeremy Corbyn?
Not Jeremy Corbyn.
Grant. Who's Chris Martin?
Who is Chris Martin of Coldplay? Yeah, that guy looks like a geography teacher. He absolutely does. So Grant, over to you.
Okay. Let's go disorganized crime for 800.
Disorganized crime for 8.
In it.
When committing a high-profile robbery, it's best to cover your tracks. 2 Manchester thieves were caught by police after one of these devices gave up the exact whereabouts of the twosome on the night in question.
Oscar? What is GPS?
What is GPS or sat nav?
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, sat nav,
Literally tracked everywhere they had been. Not suggested, on a spree of crime there. Yeah. So now you guys kind of know what disorganized crime is getting into.
can you give me worst Europeans for 12?
All right, worst Europeans for 12. Blaming his Nazi upbringing for his strict rules and behavior, this monster imprisoned his daughter and forced her to have 7 of his children in a homemade prison cell, unbeknownst to his wife, who lived upstairs.
Oscar, I think we all know
Tori?
the answer to this.
Yeah, we all know it is. Don't we? If I get this fucking wrong, Oscar, even though you were blatantly going to say it before me, you can still have the points. But if I got it wrong, I'm just going to leave. So it's our man Fritzl, isn't it? He put his man.
Joseph Fritzl.
Fritzl. You can have the points. I stole them off.
I don't want the points. No, you
have
the points.
I don't want to be associated with.
I don't want the points.
We only know about him because every time there was an open mic about 5 years ago, all of the guys would be like, "Hey, check out this new edgy joke I've got
about Joseph." It's still like that in Vienna, man. To this day,
I just talked about that yesterday.
Paul Jacobs in Vienna. Oh yeah, what about Joseph Fritzl? Yeah. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to say this.
That is a hauntingly accurate impersonation.
You can't do any show in Vienna without hearing something about that. And it's like, what are you guys like? They went past clinging to the Nazis and were like, oh, new guy, like we got to stay on this because this is Nazis are hack. We got to.
In terms of body count, in terms of like awfulness of their crimes, they're like, oh yeah, associate us with the guy who imprisoned and raped his daughter, please. Forget about everything that happened before that.
Jim Williams says Josef Fritzl jokes are to Vienna as Holocaust concentration camps jokes are in Krakow. Valid. That's a valid comparison. I feel like that was. I'm not gonna say it's off limits, but like you better have the fucking best joke if you're gonna do that. And they rarely are. So. Yeah.
See my oven joke from the first half of the show.
This is being streamed live into fucking the square in Krakow. Grant, Jesus.
It's gonna haunt me for the rest of the show.
Yeah, this will be on YouTube later, so it'll be fine.
Great, excellent. My name's Gallacher. It's been a pleasure doing comedy for you. I'm very shortly about to be cancelled.
You're about to get cancelled, okay? Just we can't stand for that.
Well, at least if I get cancelled, within a year, I'll have my own Netflix special called like Uncensored.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get a Netflix special.
Yeah, silenced. No one's letting me talk. Well, Netflix pay me millions of dollars to do just that.
We had Louis C.K. in Bratislava a few years ago, so now we're working right now as we speak. We're working on getting Tony Hinchcliffe over.
Oh my God! Please get Tony Hinchcliffe over. That would be.
Followed up by Chris D'Elia, and then shortly thereafter, Aziz Ansari. You're working on that.
Oh, and TJ Miller, who's also actually coming.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a rogues gallery. I mean, if you Burnout in America, come to Bratislava. No?
Yeah, men make good choices. You know, but if you get canceled in America, you can still do shows in Bratislava. So it's not the end of your career, but
better to rule in hell than serve in heaven.
That's a very dangerous thing to say when all of us have left our home countries to perform comedy somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't go back. It's over. I mean, the only way I'm going to end up on Netflix is if I go missing. So, I mean, that's all I have clinging to. Like, it's just, that's all I have left, man. Like,
we all practice our somber faces for when we're describing Liz.
I know, it was just so bad. She had a really good thing going.
She wasn't that great at writing or maths, but goddamn,
I saw Katie's contribution to the show, Grant's lady friend, and she said for writing and math. So I appreciate that. Just racking in my student loans. All right, let's get back to this, guys. Tori, over to you.
2000 European folklore, go right in there.
So let's do 2000. What's this?
Oh, it's the universe or something. Oh God.
Grant.
Grant.
What is great attune?
Not great attune.
Mm-mm.
This is more the generic term for this kind of a thing.
Oscar.
Oscar.
What is the world turtle?
Not the world turtle.
Fuck.
Universe versus
That's such a good
turtle.
name, though. The world turtle.
Terry Pratchett has failed me for the first time in my life.
Well, notice, Grant, there are no elephants here, so.
Oh, good point.
Good point.
Okay, now I'm canceling myself.
Okay, get out. We're giving Tori your points. Sorry, dude. All right, so for this is a Zaratan.
Zaratan.
Oh, okay.
Black
Sometimes
Betty,
it's
Zaratan.
but I've been saying Zatarans this whole time, which is a brand of rice in the United States, and I had to retrain myself not to say that. But sometimes a Zaratan can be featured on a turtle, and also most often sometimes a whale.
There's I believe it's an ancient Jewish myth where the world was carried in the back of turtles or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
I think it's Native Americans.
Oh, okay.
I think some Native Americans. That's the belief that the world is on top of the back of a turtle.
I couldn't remember which one it was, but there was I can't remember who it was either. But there was a famous. This is a great anecdote where I can't remember who it was, the tribe that believed this, or the name of the turtle itself. But there was a famous physicist in the UK, and he was giving. We have these Christmas talks at the end of the year where either famous scientist comes on and explains a bunch of things, and he was talking about the formation of the universe and then the formation of the world. And a woman who believed in the world turtle came up to him and said, "Well, if you how do you explain this when what is actually happening is the world is in fact carried in the back of a turtle?" And as a sort of gotcha, he said to her, "Okay, so then what's underneath the turtle?" And she went, "You can't get me like that. It's turtles all the way down." Which
Turtles all the way down. That's a good album title. Turtles all the way down. That's great. All right, so Tori, back over to you.
Keep it in the folklore. Let's finish him off. Who's next?
1600. This guy.
I know who that is.
Oh.
He's Hern the Hunter. No. Oh.
No.
Oh.
What is a striga?
Not a striga.
What is a Wendigo?
Not a Wendigo, but it looks fucking exactly like one. This is Leshy. A woods creature.
That sounds like someone's nickname.
Okay.
Leshy.
So far I've been failed by the documentary Modern Warfare, and also the documentary The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. So thanks very much for that.
That's what most people know it from. And Leshy is one of those creatures that all Slavic nations have their own version of it. But most common is Leshy, which translates to forest in most places. So
Leshy.
My mom says good luck. Thanks, Mom. So Tori, back to you.
Let's go with, please. We'll have 1600 disorganized crime.
All right, 1600 disorganized crime. While living a quiet lifestyle in the Dominican Republic, Italian mafia fugitive Mark Ferencloud Biart inadvertently took down some major players in the, and I'm going to say this wrong, Drangheta Mafia because he posted this kind of video to YouTube and exposed his identity.
Sexy tape?
No, it's not sexy tape.
Like a reaction.
What is lip syncing?
Not lip syncing. That'd be good though.
Oscar, what is a reaction video?
Not a reaction video. For this one, he was doing a cooking video.
I thought he was too stupid. I thought he was too stupid.
Is he not Italian? Oh no. Carmine says Mark Ferencloud Biart is as Italian as I am Korean. So that's good to know. Not Italian. And Tori, back to you.
Oh well. Let's go Liam Gallagher, 1600.
Liam Gallagher. I still love him as a songwriter in the band, but as a person, I think he's a fucking nipple. And if I ever meet him, I'll fucking tell him.
If I ever meet him, I'll tell him. I still love him as a songwriter in the band. If I ever meet him, fucking tell him. But how can you still love him but not have met him yet?
I think maybe meet him again is the
Okay, he's not talking about
implication.
his brother, is he? Noel.
No, not Noel.
Oh.
And if I ever
Noel's-
meet my brother,
If I ever meet him, I'm gonna tell him he's a nipple.
He's a nipple, because he might, you know, it's a bit of a dick. I can't remember any other member of Oasis's names.
Oh, and they're not. He's not talking about Oasis.
Oh, is it Damon Albarn?
No, not Damon.
Oh, is it someone from Blur? Is it Graham Coxon? Is it Alex? Okay.
There were a ton of Blur quotes that I could have pulled,
Oh.
but they were all too like too
No,
crazy.
it would have been me sitting here and all these points.
Oscar, is it your man? Is it Tom York?
Not Tom York. No, for this
He's
we got
that'd be
George
Bono.
Harrison.
okay.
Ah.
Harrison.
George. He's what? Okay.
what is George Harrison from? Because I literally thought of George Harrison and I have no idea what band he's in.
Beatles.
The Beatles.
Do I get points for that? Beatles.
He's the least memorable Beatle.
Yeah, George
He's
Harrison.
because he was the quiet Beatle, my favorite Beatle.
He wasn't ugly.
I feel like I should give.
Why was he a nipple? What did Liam Gallagher have against him?
I think because Liam Gallagher goes hard. That's my only guess.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
Ringo Starr,
John Lennon.
Harrison,
George Harrison.
the guy who got shot.
Yeah.
John
John
Lennon.
Lennon.
Vladimir John Lennon. John Vladimir Ilyich Lennon.
I just like watching Grant figure this out in real time about who the
No
Beatles
idea
were.
that was the name of the fourth Beatle.
Georgie has.
Liz, I take back everything I said about you not being good at maths.
Can I take
I'm bad
away
at Beatles.
points for this? I'm going to take away points for this. Who did you think was the last Beatle?
I honestly don't know. I'm Paul McCartney's clone. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that makes
Paul
sense
too.
because Paul is dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it was just
Alright.
Paul twice.
So, Tori, back to you.
We're going to go for disorganized crime 2000.
Disorganized crime for 2.
Oh, big.
3 criminals broke into a house and tied up the woman to secure her while they committed robbery of the house. They immediately left when they discovered she was the wife of this Swedish actor.
What Swedish actors are there?
Well, to be more specific, they saw a picture of him in the house and they were like, oh, fuck, and then left.
Oscar, is it Mads Mikkelsen? Is he
Not Mads Mikkelsen. No, that's a good guess,
Swedish?
though.
Yeah.
Grant.
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård?
Not Stellan Skarsgård. Also a good guess, though.
We're out of Swedes.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the two.
Fucking Swedes.
And mine was like, I was like, I think that's his first name, but that could be a spell from Harry Potter.
Stellan.
Mads Mikkelsen. Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård.
It's Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty.
All right, Hermione, we'll dial it back.
Tori, anything from you?
No, I can't think of one Swedish person.
Is he in the Swedish houseman, the Swedish chef?
Not even actors, just like all Swedish
the
people.
the Swedish house
Dolph
mafia.
Lundgren.
Oh,
That's the only name I
come
would
on.
He's basically American, no?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you
They saw a picture of him and were like, this is Dolph Lundgren's wife. Oh, we should let her go and
Yeah,
leave.
We've seen Rocky 4.
We've seen Rocky 4. We've seen enough
Yeah,
Rocky 4 to know. So Tori, back to you again.
Let's go with disorganized crime again for 12.
Disorganized crime for 12.
Funny.
An idiot in Glasgow tried to hold up a shop at gunpoint, except he didn't have an actual weapon. He was brandishing this vegetable covered in a black sock.
Leek.
Not a leek, no.
Carrot?
Not a carrot.
A potato. I mean, come on.
Cucumber vegetable, I don't even know.
Potato. He covered a
Okay.
cucumber in a black sock
Cucumber, didn't I say it?
and held up the store at Cuke Point
Successful.
for
I
for
don't
that.
Not a Mars bar.
You think
Yeah.
A deep fried Mars bar.
you can rewind that? I definitely said cucumber.
Ironically, in Scotland, he could have just held it up with an actual cucumber, and people would have been like, "We don't know what the fuck that is."
Like the cats in the videos, like
What is it? Why? We don't like it. Oh man. So Tori, over to you. Back to you.
History's worst Europeans. Let's keep the points big. 2000.
2000 worst Europeans. Believing Anglo-Saxons were destined for greatness, this architect of apartheid has been labeled as a white supremacist in recent history.
Grant.
And was a target of protest for the Oxford Black Lives Matter movement. Grant.
Who is Cecil Rhodes?
Who is Cecil Rhodes? Yeah, not the best guy. Just gonna name places after ourselves, I guess. That's gonna be a whole thing. And
Rhodesia.
Rhodesia, just
Not
gonna...
the best country to have named after yourself.
Yeah, like, and things turned out so well, you know. It's just, so wait, Grant, you have an even 10,000 going into the last little bit of the game here. Control the board is yours.
Okay, let's go. Famous unfortunate events with emojis for 16.
All right, famous events with emojis for 16.
Oscar.
Oscar?
Someone starting a fire at the World Cup in England.
Not quite.
That's me just trying to read it.
Grant, what is the Hillsborough disaster?
The what disaster?
Hillsborough?
I don't think it's Hillsborough.
Or Heysel. Was it Heysel?
No, it's in the UK.
Yeah.
It's a football stadium that went on fire. I thought that was Hillsborough, but also I don't know anything about football. So that's the only football disaster I know.
I don't either. I was like, I gotta get a soccer ball in. Football. I didn't know what I was putting in here. So for this is the Bradford City Stadium fire,
Okay.
where someone threw a lit cigarette butt under the stands where there was a bunch of trash, and that thing lit up in like 5.5 minutes. And there's footage of it, and it is scary. And oh boy, yeah, it's a disaster overall. Don't recommend it. Wouldn't want to do that, but yeah, one of the early kind of, I don't know, non-wartime things that happened that were caught on tape. So kind of interesting. Catastrophic failure. Tori, Grant. Tori.
Grant.
I'm out. Yeah.
I'll give it to Tori.
I've got my 2,000 points. Thank you. No, I didn't get them. I didn't get any points there. I just didn't.
No, because you were the last person to guess.
You can give me some. I was like, oh. Well, I don't deserve them, quite frankly. Who the fuck is Liam Gallagher at 800?
800, Liam Gallagher. I have never seen one of their fans. I've never seen anyone with one of their t-shirts or been around someone's house that has one of their fucking records. Where do their fans fucking come from?
Oscar.
Oh. Oscar?
Who is Coldplay, I think.
Not Coldplay.
No.
Grant, who is the Kaiser Chiefs?
Not the Kaiser Chiefs.
Hey, I'm a Kaiser Chiefs fan, guys. Come on.
Hey.
They have a good album.
I asked the Libertines came out of nowhere.
Not the Libertines. For this, it's U2.
Yeah. I'm gonna let my
Everyone
dog
who's on an iPhone has a new U2 album, so he has met them.
And I still can't get it off my phone. It's great. I would like to have more space on my phone, but I can't get the YouTube album off my phone. So we're getting down here. I got 4 left, if my math is correct. Tori, still control the board.
History's West European, 16.
All
That's
right,
it, isn't it?
16 for worst Europeans. Some might call it karma for his inflated sexual perversion, sadism, and extravagance during his reign as emperor. This deviant was murdered during the Palatine Games.
Oscar?
Was
it Caligula?
It was Caligula. And if you guys haven't seen that movie, Caligula, it is a trip. There's a lot going on in that movie with a lot of extravagance and things in Rome that used to pass in Rome that aren't allowed in Rome anymore. Probably because of the Vatican, but whatever. So yeah, highly recommend. Good movie. So we got 3 left. Oscar, where are you going?
Take me to disorganized crime where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
Disorganized crime. An idiot Scotsman let the cat out of the bag about his crime of knocking over a bookshop when he posted an ashamed emoji along with an "I love money, that's my problem" status on Facebook. When his sister commented asking what he had done, he named the bookshop and the street it was on in this Scottish city.
I'm just going to guess and say Edinburgh.
It was Edinburgh.
We've had Glasgow twice.
Twice. Are you keeping track?
Yeah.
I thought you were looking for the name of the person. I was going to say who is
Grant. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I was just going to say idiot Scotsman. Grant.
I love money. That's my problem. Great Gallacher.
Grant, can you say I love money? That's my problem in a very strong Scottish accent.
I love money. That's my problem.
It sounds so gross. All right, so Oscar, 2 left.
So can I have an emoji of unfortunate events, please?
An emoji of unfortunate events.
The Titanic.
It is the Titanic. Yeah, that would be that was true. The sinking of the Titanic. I threw the door in there
you have the door.
Curious.
The door.
Very good.
Okay, so last one. Who the fuck is Liam Gallagher talking about? I heard that fucking record and I just go, what? I like to think that what we do fucking well. Them writing a song about a fucking tree. Give me a fucking break. 1,000-year-old tree. Go fuck yourself.
Classic. Trap. No. Fucking tree.
Is it like you two again and they're talking about the Joshua tree?
No, it's not you two.
Oh shit, okay.
Who wrote a song about an old tree?
Wrote the song about the old tree. Radiohead.
Oh, what?
Wrote the song about the old tree.
Not bad.
Tom York was going to be in here somewhere, and he was in there with 1,000-year-old tree. So that brings us to the end of the second round. Guys, thank you so much again for everyone sticking around to see how this is all panning out. This has been really awesome. We got Grant with an even 10,000 points. We got Tori with 2,000, and we got Oscar with 9,600. So what's going to happen is I'm going to reveal the final category. Contestants, what you're going to do is you're going to hear that category, and in 30 seconds you're going to private message me on Zoom and let me know what you would like to wager of your money that you have. So if just because I know Jeopardy is kind of weird and I know it's not a European thing, so if you want to do some math based on that and tell me what you want to wager, I'll keep track of all this here by hand because I do math. Let's just go to the math portion of this and trust me with everything. Okay. All right. So the final category being in our the last category of the Most Dangerous Game Show. I'm kind of sad. This is going to be air disasters.
Oh.
So you guys have 30 seconds to private message me what you would like to wager.
Given that it's not real money, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. For those keeping track at home.
If I was playing real Jeopardy, I'd know who's. I'd be a bit more miserly, but
More likely. So the same goes. What's going to happen is I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and I'm going to put up the final question. Okay. Oops. My computer will just fucking do what I need it to. Oh, because everything just goes so well on Zoom. It's just been so good. All right. And oh boy, this could just take a little longer. Hello.
Checking your emails.
Yeah.
Just on Instagram. Check in.
Okay. Actually, let's see here. What the fuck's going on with this? There we go.
I've put in an amount of money, which I would just like to say for everyone watching, this is the only time in your life that you will see a Scottish person spending this amount of money.
All right, so I do have, this is not allowing me to open any of this. Let me see here. I don't know why that won't open. That's so crazy.
What a shame, guys. I guess I win.
I guess I win. Bye.
All right then.
So nuts, and I don't know why that's not opening. God. And I wonder, okay, I'm getting a slow buffering thing on Zoom here, and I wonder if it's just delayed.
We could like wager a body part and we have to chop it off if we get it wrong, if you want.
Hey.
Like that.
you could do strip Jeopardy.
It's stripped out. Woo!
I wagered 9,000 pieces of clothing.
Let's bump up those Twitch numbers, guys.
Just in time for all the subscribers. All right, so I finally got it up here. Zoom was able to work with me finally. All right, so same goes. I'm going to read the question. You guys will have 30 seconds to message me your answer. So, in 1977, the deadliest air accident in history occurred when two Boeing 747s collided during an ill-communicated takeoff attempt. The incident entirely changed the language between pilots and air traffic control to avoid potential future disasters, which has so far been successful since the fateful day in the archipelago belonging to this European nation. So I'll give you guys 30 seconds here. All right, so I'm going to leave this up here and I'm going to read it again just for everybody at home. In 1977, the deadliest air accident in history occurred when two Boeing 747s collided during an ill-communicated takeoff attempt. The incident entirely changed the language used between pilots and ATC to avoid potential future disasters, which has so far been successful since the fateful day in the archipelago belonging to this European nation. So, Tori, we're going to go over to you. You have 2,000 points. You're not sure what to wager, so I'm going to put you down for 0. But you're not wagering anything.
Wager the lot.
You wager a lot?
All in.
I don't care if I go home with nothing. All in. I don't know. I'm guessing here.
Okay. All in. And your answer is Germany, which is incorrect, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so,
I figured now after the fact, because, you know, Germans are way too efficient for this to have happened.
yeah, this would never would have happened in Germany.
This never would have happened in Germany. Right? No.
So going back here, we have Oscar at 9,600 answered Spain, which is the correct answer. This happened in Tenerife in the Canary Islands, owned by Spain, which is one of 8 islands, I believe. And Oscar wagered 9,600, so that puts him at 18,600 for a final score, which is now the top score of the Most Dangerous Game Show. No one has broken, I believe, 10,000, 12,000 before. So awesome. And Grant, over to you, who has 10,000. And Grant also guessed Spain, and he wagered all in. So Grant, you have 20,000, who is now, Grant, the final winner of the Most Dangerous Game Show. So keep it going for Grant.
Wait.
Congrats.
Grant's great moment. Right, and how many points did I end up with?
2,000.
Zero. Oh no, I still had some. Okay.
Yeah. It was still 2,000. Guys, I want to thank you so much for.
Congratulations, Grant, for getting exactly 10 times more than me. Cool.
Guys, this has been so much fun, and I want to thank everyone who tuned in on Twitch and also Zoom to see how this little experiment of mine had turned up. I'm super happy that everyone here was able to, contribute and guys keeping the chat alive and everything like that too, which was cool to kind of have a studio audience at home. So that all being said, I'm going to stop sharing the final question, and I'm also going to throw up the comics social media handles and websites, and also the information to Venmo and also PayPal if you guys also want to contribute to that as well. For that, if you haven't had a chance yet. Again, all of the contributions are going towards the comics because they are spending their Saturday night indoors with me when they don't have to, which is very nice of them. If anyone here in Europe anyway is interested in seeing any of what the comics are doing live, you'll have a chance to do that. Grant, where can people see you next if they want to come see you do stand-up?
So if people want to find out about my shows, they can find me on Facebook at Grant Gallacher Comedian. They can find me on Instagram at The Grantichrist. And they can find me on, thank you, I also thought it was very clever. And they can find me on Twitter at Grant_Gallacher. My next show is in Prague. I'm doing a stand-up comedy show on Wednesday, the 23rd of June on a boat, nightclub venue that is called Bambuda, which I believe is an ancient Czech invocation to summon a bunch of attention-hungry wasters. So if you want to come and see us there, that show is available online. You can find it on the Velvet Comedy website, and tickets are free for the first show. So Bambuda, the boat, I'll be performing there along with a fantastic lineup of other comedians.
Awesome. Thanks, Grant. This has been really awesome as well. And I'm happy to see Prague doing comedy again. I know it's been kind of a hot spot in Europe the last couple of years. So if any of you guys are ever passing through, make sure to hit up Grant, see if there's any shows going on. It's definitely an awesome place to do comedy. Tori, over to you, who is also in Prague. What shows do you have coming up? Anything that you'd like to plug?
If you're in Prague, then you can come down to the Prague Central Camp on the 10th and every 2 weeks. So we've got that's coming back on Thursday. And you can check out Comedy Prague on the lines. There are lots of gigs coming up. There'll be some returns of some favorite old shows and all sorts of things to look out for. There'll be, good old classic Prague comedies. So if you want to find out about where I'll be, what I'll be hosting, and when I'll be doing stand-ups, you can check out Instagram or Tori Burton Comedian on Facebook, and the Instagram's there. You see, if you want to look at my wacky art, you can check out bertsart.com. That's me, I reckon.
Would highly recommend Tori's artistic services. She's made my girlfriend's birthday card the last 2 years in a row, and for reasons that are beyond me, my girlfriend and I are still together. So I thank Tori for that from the bottom of my heart.
It's absolutely fantastic. And Tori's website also has all the custom stuff that she's created, which has really been amazing. So it's cool to see that there's, life outside of comedy, that we can all still be good at something. That's not just stand up. So Tori, thank you again for joining me. And last but not least, Oscar, what do you guys have coming up over in Bratislava?
We've got an open mic on the 16th. So, you can check that out at Brat Laughs Comedy on Facebook. We'll have that event up there. Also, Brat Laughs on Instagram. My own personal stuff is Laszlo Panaflex on Instagram, just mostly on the stories there. But if you want to see pictures I take, that's on Instagram. If you want to see just my random fucking babbling bullshit I'm throwing out into the void with zero engagement, I'm on Twitter at Brophyst, BROPHYST. And yeah, I'm going to be in the Irish Times as well, probably in the next month or so. There's going to be another article. So if you're a reader of the Irish Times, you can read that.
Also, Oscar, zero engagement apart from with the President of the United States of America.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
I have different standards, guys. Okay, sorry.